Welcome back. It's day 10, and I solved two questions. First one was that on day 9, I solved a question about subset, right? But the fact that the input had the string input or the number input, they had this, um, like all the letters were unique. Okay, and in the yesterday question which I solved, they can be repetitive. Suppose A, B, C, then again A. Okay, so how come we'll solve this question? So it's very simple. The way we implemented subset with unique characters or unique numbers, what we would do is we would simply create a map, and we can suppose if it is a number, we can create a map like this. Okay, if you're talking about numbers. Otherwise, if it is string, I mean characters, then you could simply say map and then vector of char int. What map will do is it will keep a check, like it will do two things. Like you can have this subset in sorted order as well. I mean, this could be a variation that they would ask you to print them or return them in a sorted manner. So this map will take care of it, because internally what it does is it is implemented using BST and red black tree. Okay, so this will take care of it. But the difference between map and hash map is that this requires O1 um, time complexity for searching, for inserting, everything. But for map, what happens is it's everything is in log n, because obviously if it is getting sorted, then every time you push your element, it will first check where it needs to be placed, and then only it will place it there, correct? So that is why it is of o log n complexity, be it for inserting an element or for searching an element. All right, now you would simply have to just use map, and every time when you were in the previous video, whenever you were printing it, maybe just storing it somewhere, you just have to make sure that you store it inside a map. That's it. That is it. That's all. So um, the only difference is that you just have to keep in a map. Okay, let's move on to, you can somehow implement it using set as well. Okay, you can figure it out, but this, I think it should be possible with this, because this also does the same thing as map. I mean, not completely, but obviously they are different data structure, but you can think of a solution using set as well. Now, permutation with the spaces. Okay, so this is also pretty similar to the solution how we wrote for subset. Suppose there is this A, B, C, and we are talking about okay, so A, B, C. This is the string, and we need to generate all the permutation with spaces in between them. So there are two possible places where we can put spaces. You can't put spaces here, okay? This is, we are not allowed to do that, to put trailing or um, zero in the front, okay? So how would we start it? A, B, C. Let's say, okay, so we'll go by that input output method. Output is this, input is this. First of all, this input is empty. We'll say, and we're talking about this one. So what we'll say that the cases would be, we'll either want to go with underscore a, I mean, I'm saying underscore because it is easy to understand if we see something. Otherwise, what I mean is space and then a. Okay, so I'm just saying underscore because it will make you easy to understand what I'm talking about. So let's say, so that both, if we take a, then this case would be underscore a and simple a. Then we will simply come up and say underscore a and then bc, and here it will be a and then bc. But do you notice that we were told that we don't need underscore in front of the string? So what we can do is we can simply uh, solve it from the second character. Okay, so why is that? Because okay, how we gonna do that? Say abc, this is output, this is input, and we'll simply come down, we'll simply append this a, because in any case we can't put underscore before. So we'll just take this a directly and start with it. So we'll say output is a and input would become b c. Now this is output, this is input. Now we'll create our tree, and once that tree is created, we can write the recursive solution immediately. That won't be a big that won't be a big issue. Okay, let's say we come here, we are talking about this b. Let's say in one case we'll take underscore b, in one case we don't take it, we take it as a normal b. Okay, so in this case the output would become a then underscore b. Input would simply be c because we have used b. Okay, now we'll come here, we'll say uh, a was already there, so output will become ab and the input would be left with c only. Okay, now again we'll have two options. We're talking about c, so let's keep c as underscore c and normal c. If we take underscore c, it will become a b underscore c, input will become empty, and here a underscore b c, this will become output and input will become empty. Now if you come here, it will become ab, and then we'll take underscore c and simple c here, it will become abc, ab underscore c, and here it will become normal abc. So these are the, and obviously if you are done with the input, then it will become empty. So this is the leaf nodes. And if you have noticed that in our previous solution for subsets, we saw that every time the input was empty, we are getting the solution in the output. So the output, so the answer would be a underscore b underscore c, this one, and then a underscore b c, then a b underscore c, then a b c. How simple was it, huh? Correct. Okay, let's write the code for it. I have told you that once you have drawn the tree, it would be cakewalk for you to um, implement it. Let's say, okay, how are we gonna solve it? So let's say void solve, and we are passing input and output. Okay, and here the base condition, the base case would be if input dot length equal to 0, simply read C out the output, right? Otherwise we'll, so let's go bit back. We say that this was our output, so we, every time we are breaking it down into two parts, we are seeing that we'll have two outputs, output 1, output 2. One output is having this underscore, one output is simple output. Okay, okay, now come, let's say string output 1, string output 2, this would be equal to output, this one, output. Now let's update this output 1 and 2. So come here again, in output 1 we were appending underscore, then we were appending the first character of the input. So let's come back. Let's say o1 dot push back, we are appending underscore. Okay, and let's say then after this we'll append input 0th index. Okay, after this we'll see that we'll have to update output to, and in this simply we will say input 0th index, and after all this we'll update our input. So input, it will just simply erase the input 0th index. All right, and then it's all done. See how simple it is. We'll simply call the solve method again, input output solve, sorry, with the output 1, input comma output, output 2. This o1 o2 I'm talking about here, o1 o2. Okay, and post dash just return. I hope I had made a return statement here as well. Yeah, so we'll return also from here. That is it. So I hope you guys are able to understand. And for all this method which I talked about, like how input and output thing works, right? All this thing, like how I'm breaking it into this and that, making it easy to understand, and how we are able to simply, come up with this simple solution after drawing the tree. So for all this, I would like to give credits to Aditya. I've already mentioned his channel in my previous videos, and this guy has given me a lot of confidence. I was literally zero in recursion, and now I'm able to understand these codes. And just after going through his videos, like I watch his video once and I'm able to code it, and I'm even able to explain it to you guys as well. So that really shows like how much confident I am in recursion. I mean, at least for this problem. So yeah, I mean, I would like to give huge credits to Aditya for this thing. I would definitely suggest you guys to check out his channel and benefit from it. Yeah. So thank you guys. Apart from that, I had an interview today in a different company, and it went good. But the problem was that they asked me Redux, and I had to say that it's been a year since I worked on Redux, and so he didn't ask me any question on Redux, but I guess there was some requirement for Redux as well, and I guess I need to create a to-do where I have to focus on Redux for a while, because I can't just keep on ignoring this thing, because those who are asking for React, they would definitely want you to know Redux as well. So that's my to-do, and I'll try to build one small application using Redux. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, one more thing is that today they asked me one question um, in JavaScript in this interview. They asked me that let there is an array. It is compromising of 1, 3, 3. This one is a number, then 3, 3, again 1000 something. Okay. So he asked me that I have to give output as summation of all these digits, be it a string or be it a number. Okay. I was able to code it out. There was a case like because of which it did not run in first go. The problem was that when I was doing this while num sum plus equals to num modulus 10, and then I was updating num equals to num divided by 10. So this, we all pretty much know that this is the whole logic and how it works, right? But the problem is that this will work in C++ and Java. But and this is the same thing I wrote, and I was not able to figure out why it was not working because I had to code in JavaScript, right? So this was returning decimal, and it was getting into some sort of loop and all. So after like 30 or 40 seconds, I was able to realize that I just need to do parse int. Yeah, I mean, I was able to solve it. That wasn't an issue. But that Redux thing, I guess if I don't get a call for second round, that's probably the reason. Otherwise, I answered all the React questions, JavaScript questions, and there was some styling questions as well. Everything I was able to answer. But he did not even ask me any question regarding Redux when I told him that it's been a year that I have worked on it. So keep in mind all these things. Yeah. So yeah, that is all. And my to-do would be to first of all go through Redux interview questions from interview bit, and second would be to revise JavaScript from the roadmap.sh. I shared that resource. I'll continue from there where I left it, and I'll share the notes as well. Apart from that, third thing would be to learn. Oh, sorry, lead code, bro. How can I forget lead code? So lead code, I'll have to do 2 questions minimum from recursion, and then fourth thing would be to create a React Native app. I'm also learning React Native, because there are cases where there are a job description where I see that they ask you to have this as a skill if you are a React developer. It's not bad to have it, just why not if we can? Because I guess there won't be much difference if we are already good at React, then it won't be that difficult to get a grasp of React Native. Yeah, I guess I I added so many things. Let's see how much I'll be able to complete. But lead code and Redux, these two things is a must. These two things I have to be done with. All right. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.